She didn't make the motion. I made the motion.
I'm sorry. Let's review the motion again as we go back and verify it, please. Well, that's why we need to verify it. Thank you. Let's see. Could you reread that, please, Marlene?
Okay.
Just that section.
Just that section, please.
Brenda Floyd moved that said reports be approved and presented and the payment of invoices be authorized on the operating fund being check number 96849715 and 9722 through 9800 inclusive, with check numbers 9684 and 9715 being voided. Debits for payroll and 3 wires on the special events fund at Plains State Bank being check numbers 2295 through 2298 as set forth on the attached reports.
And the next line says Director Webb second said motion.
Yeah, but she asked me to read the motion.
And the second.
Yeah.
It says here that Director Floyd made a motion to amend the previous motion to authorize the payment of invoices that are normal recurring operating expenses and to defer payment of any extraordinary invoices. It doesn't say
Doesn't say defer to when.
to win or
So say to win.
what I'm asking is that as a board, when we decide to defer it, then we come to a unanimous vote. In order to pay it, we would have to have a unanimous vote to pay it. Then, if we
Since I made the motion, let me address this, please. Thank you. First of all, extraordinary invoices, these were bills that's incurred. And, you know, if somebody had a question, I didn't have a question about them. It was discussion. And, you know, you're putting words into my motion. Well, you are. I mean, my motion was if there was extraordinary expenses that we could defer, but I didn't say we was going to defer it to the next meeting. These bills have to be paid in our credits in the line. And the services or whatever had been done. There was nothing, no discussion about anything, any one particular item being extraordinary.
It's very specific. It's very specific.
If I'm remembering correctly, excuse me if I may. Would you like to speak now?
When the motion was made, and then I seconded it simply so we could have the discussion, and when you amended it, you said that you would defer the payments except for the recurring monthly expenses or anything that would incur a late fee or an interest charge. And then that's what we voted on. And it was a unanimous.
You know, I don't have a tape recording, but the bottom line is, first of all, this is something that I had a problem with, and I would have amended the minutes for that. Because when you have a motion on the floor and there's a second, you've got to vote on that motion. You can't really just go and amend it. You really need to vote on that motion, then do an amendment. And then, of course, the first motion doesn't pass, but that wasn't done. And that's not in the minutes. Am I correct, David, or am I wrong? There was a motion on the floor. It did not get voted on, right?
There's a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. The director can make a motion to amend that motion. In fact, it's a second. There can be discussion on that. And it can be voted on and passes. It becomes a motion that's on the floor.
So you don't have to vote on the first motion. You can amend. Okay. Well, we don't have this in writing.
What is the extraordinary?
I remember the word extraordinary.
Excuse me, please speak one at a time, and I request that you at least raise your hand to speak. Ms. Human, did you have something there I'd like to indicate?
I'd like to know which extraordinary invoices were indicated in these minutes. Otherwise, as far as my interpretation, then all the bills got paid. Because they should be identified as what's not being paid or what is being paid. My motion is to pay all bills at this time for approval.
Director Webb?
Well, my question at the time was, I asked to defer the payments until I had an opportunity to review the checks and invoices collectively and receipts so I could see what they were for. I agree, monthly recurring expenses that are here every single month must be paid, and they must be paid on time. I don't have a problem with that. But there are some expenses, according to what I've looked at, that did not have to be sent out at the time. Unless, of course, they incurred an interest charge or a late fee. But when I went to view them, there were none there. They had all been sent. And that was not what I had requested. And that was not what the board approved. That was not, we had a unanimous a vote that they would be deferred except for the recurring monthly expenses or those that would incur an interest or a late fee.
Madam Chairman, when were the bills sent out? When were they paid? Were they paid between the time that we moved and now, or before we had made the motion?
Mr. Webb? Oh, pardon me. So you speaking about it. Mr. McQuaid?
As far as the checks?
Yes, when would
They were sent out ahead of time, correct? That's correct.
At what time?
You know, the same procedure we followed for years.
So the question was, when were they sent out? They were sent out before we made the motion?
That's
Yes.
correct. That's correct.
Okay.
So we weren't told that when we were trying to make a motion that they've already been paid. So we're actually approving checks after they're already sent out.
Apparently that is correct.
Is that what we do all the time? Is that operating procedure?
In times past, it has been to some degree, depending on whether or not they incur penalty and interest, so that we can maintain an excellent credit rating. But when it's been requested to be held, they've been held.
Okay, if that's past practice, which I'll get in that in a minute, we specifically asked that these particular checks, and they have listed them here, not be paid. So at that time, if they'd already been paid, should not have somebody said that, so we wouldn't ask for this motion. And if we did ask for this motion and they hadn't been paid, we are supposed to be a governmental entity and have the power to say these can't be paid or not. And that our staff should follow what we in a meeting have voted upon.
Yes, ma'am, you're correct. These are some of the things that, as a board of directors, we are looking into and resetting our policies and procedures to see that everything is mandated in accordance to the way the board of directors. Yes, sir.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Feel free to finish. With your permission, though, Frank, the procedure that you outlined, that the checks were sent out prior to the board voting, that's the way you've always done it, right?
I've been here 10 years, and that's
Okay.
the practice that we've had for 10 years.
Is that operational guideline in writing, or is that just tradition, or is that oral history?
It's been in place since before I was here.
Is it in writing in place somewhere?
No, sir, it is not.
Okay, so, I mean, that may be part of the problem here.
Yes, sir.
And